Hi everyone, and welcome to the preseason football special from Holliston High School. I'm Jay Wyman. I'm here with my co-host Tom Emmons. How you doing, Tom?
Great
to be back for another season of Holliston football, and we're expecting some good things this year.
Very good things. You know, a lot of these Panthers are coming back for their second season. A lot of these juniors cut their teeth last year, and they're ready to really show their stuff in their senior year.
Yeah, they play pretty well. I was at the scrimmage. We'll talk about that as we go through the show here. And they look very good. They scrimmaged Natick High School, one of the really top teams in Division II.
Yes.
And they look really good. They played them really well. And we're expecting, as you said, you get this a group back, a very talented group of a lot of seniors this year.
Yeah.
And they came the end of last year. They ended up last year with a big winning streak, right?
Right. Their founding record was 6-5, but it really doesn't tell the story of two seasons where they started off sort of in a rough go, you know, playing some tough teams, Division I teams, but then they won 5 straight games to finish out the string with some really exciting wins against Needham, Framingham, and Westwood, of course, on Thanksgiving Day.
Right, and this year, and we'll talk about the schedule a little later on also, but this year they're opening up at the Laracy Bowl tomorrow, and they're opening up, of course that game kind of doesn't count, but they're opening up against a very, very strong Franklin team.
Right, but that really is taking your temperature about where you are. You're going to play at that level. Are you going to play with the top teams in the state? You're going to have to play a tough game against Franklin and really show your stuff.
So we'll be back in a minute, and we'll get some of the coaches in here and some of the team captains, and then, as I said later, we'll talk about a little bit about the schedule.
All right, we're here with captains of the Hollison High football team 2022. They're going to introduce themselves to you right now.
I'm Joey Gentile. I play outside backer and receiver. I'm Pierce Alakshi. I play guard and D-tackle.
I'm TJ Kiley. I play quarterback.
Okay, guys, welcome. Glad to see you.
Yeah.
Saw the Natick scrimmage the other day. Guys did pretty well.
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to work out this year for the offense, TJ?
I think it'll work out well. We pretty much return everyone, like both sides, but I think the offense is what gets us going. But I think the defense will contribute pretty well too.
Yeah. And Pierce, the line. They look pretty good.
Yeah, we looked pretty good, I think. And there was a lot of questions before the season because we were losing some big pieces up there. But
we did, yeah.
I think we filled it in pretty well, and everyone's working hard, so we're looking pretty good up front.
Good. And Joe, how did the off-season go for you guys? Did you guys, being a captain,
Yeah.
what did you have to do?
It was a really good off season. We had pretty much everyone here like lifting like 4 or 5 days a week. We're going to the field, bringing all the skill guys out and like running routes and stuff. And Pierce got the line guys out here doing some footwork and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Good.
it was a good summer.
Hey, you guys seem pretty loose out here on media day.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
But you're ready to button up the chin straps and get serious when the time comes, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. You ready for Franklin?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are.
They're pretty good. Yeah. But I think we're ready for them. I
Yeah.
think we got a lot of preparation under our belt, so
Yeah.
got a lot. Yeah.
That's great. Great. I know on the defense, Joe, not as many. Well, you had your whole front line. 3 captains. That you're replacing this year. But people playing new positions.
Yeah, a couple guys moved around. Mostly the same. We got CJ Pacheco moved from linebacker to he'll be playing like D-line this year.
Yeah.
But mostly same positions.
Mm-hmm. Who are we going to be surprised by watching on HCAT, Pierce?
I think Owen Zakcheski will show you some nastiness up front. And
Oh yeah, where is he playing?
he plays the one technique. He's a D-tackle. So
Yeah?
He's a little undersized, but he's pretty long and he's really strong. So I think he'll.
Did at the scrimmage, the Natick scrimmage, those front 7 look very strong.
Yeah.
A little bit around the ends, but you had a little issue. But the coaches cleaned that up, and you guys are pretty good after that.
Yeah.
But that front seven is really special, I think.
Yeah, we'd like to bring it on the pass rush too. That's I think our specialty. We're really fast up front, so we don't really got the size, but we definitely got the speed up there.
Who was it that when the quarterback fumbled? Was
that Grant?
Was that Grant?
Yeah. That was Grant. Yeah.
Scoop and score.
Yeah, exactly.
TJ, a lot of speed
Yeah.
this year, obviously. Good size on the line.
Yes.
Good size on the line. What are you looking for to improve your game this year?
I'm just looking to get faster. That's one piece that I wasn't really best at last year, and I think I've gotten faster since last year.
Mm-hmm.
And just besides throwing, I definitely will need my legs too.
Yeah.
So
I noticed in the game, I was talking to Tom about it. He's asking about the scrimmage, and I said one of the things I saw that you were doing was, and you did it last year, but I think it looks like you really improved on this year, was the touch on your passing.
yeah.
Especially the deeper passer, you had a nice floater that really led the receivers.
Yeah.
And the other thing I noticed was your receivers coming over the middle. Maybe they do this all the time. I never noticed it before, but they really opened up now and give you a better target.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, all of my receivers have improved since last year, and they were very good last year as well. But I'm just saying they put a lot of work in the off season in the weight room, out in the field, and everyone's gotten faster, stronger, and they've been they've improved a lot too.
And who do you have in the running back now?
Devin Harding, so
Okay.
he's returning.
Yep.
He started as a sophomore for us last year, and he's going to be a junior. He's a very important part of our offense as well, and I think he'll run the ball even better this year.
Good.
Do you invite all the receivers over to your house like Tom Brady and,
Yeah.
do a little training
And
camp?
the line too.
Yeah.
And everyone.
He likes having the lineman in the pool.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what.
I like
the
Tom,
line, he's a smart guy because he knows who makes the money from those
exactly.
Oh
linemen,
yeah.
right?
Yep. I can't do it without anyone. It's the biggest team sport in the
Yeah.
whole world.
It really is. It
Like,
really is.
yeah.
And not only that, with the line, the coordination. People don't understand the coordination that you guys have to go through, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the two sets of offenses, with War and with the regular spread
Exactly.
offense.
Yeah.
Any. Well, I don't want any trade secrets. Any nice wrinkles you're kind of excited about this year, or
Sorry.
anything new, like any new wrinkles you're putting in the offense? Without giving away any trade secrets.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
Okay, there you go.
We'll
Just
see.
like his dad.
Play your cards close to your chest.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Joe, the defense, what are we looking for? We're looking for, it looked like they have a lot of speed and,
Yeah.
and again, a lot of strength in the middle.
Yeah, we're definitely really fast. We're gonna be flying around, running the football, and trying to punch out some fumbles and all
That's
that.
what we like
So,
to-
big
yeah.
time,
At the turnover.
yeah.
Any special games on the schedule that you're looking forward to, or just
I'll
the
bet
next
this
one?
Yeah, I want to get Ashland back.
Oh,
I
Ashland.
really want to get
It was a
Ashland
close
back.
game
yeah.
last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double overtime. That one killed
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
You got to watch this guy in the Ashland year. I heard there's some Ashland stuff going on there.
Yeah.
And how about Norwood?
Oh yeah.
That'll be a
Norwood.
good game.
Yeah.
That'll
I
be
think
a
everybody
good
wants to get
game.
Norwood
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good.
It'll be a
Well,
good team.
we wish you guys all the best, and thanks for coming out here and taking a few minutes out of your time on HCAT Media Day to give us some interviews here.
Yeah, best of luck, guys.
Yeah,
thank
We'll
you.
be up
Yeah,
there
thanks,
rooting for
guys.
you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
So just talking with the captains of the 2022 Holliston High School football team. Okay, we're here with Holliston High School football coaches, head coach Todd Kiley and Paul Affey, and we're going to talk to them a little bit about the season.
Yeah. First off, guys, how did the off-season go? Was it, we happy with the numbers? We're happy with the work?
Very committed group.
Good.
Yeah, very committed group. Had a great summer. First year we went 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So they were down here in the mornings. Friday was more of an it's all optional. Like, some kids are away all summer.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids choose to be a part of it. We probably had, I would say, 90%
Good.
attendance
All 5
rate.
days. Yep.
Yeah, all 5 days. So it's a hungry group, an experienced group, which we couldn't tell you that last year.
Right.
As we were probably the most inexperienced group we've ever had, or any group, like
Yeah.
any town for that matter. It was, but you know what? We took our lumps, but the experience. We'll hopefully we took our lumps early.
Yeah,
and then
finished strong.
we finished.
Then you had
we
some
finished,
payback. You
finished
paid back.
strong.
Yeah.
And we took our lumps against some solid programs. So it's
Yeah.
just the schedule. it's just the nature of our beast. We've had a lot of success throughout the years, so to try and get somebody that was at our level was impossible because everybody's saying, right, you're not going to be.
Yeah.
So you couldn't convince anybody, so you just had to roll with it and play teams that you knew that were more experienced and probably a little more prepared than, just from a strength and speed and experience standpoint than we were initially.
Yep.
But we, we played some big perennial powerhouse schools down the stretch.
How important was that 5-game winning streak at the end of the season to really make the team gel?
I think it was huge.
Yeah, great.
It was huge for this season. Obviously you're not really thinking of that this season at the time, last season when we were going through that. But reflecting on it, it is. You saw it Saturday. The confidence, that's a Natick team that pounded us last year in that scrimmage, up and down the field. And I don't know if you guys were there, but
was there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we took it. I thought overall, and that's a very good program, obviously, year in and year out. But I thought we edged them out, clearly.
And you can't simulate game speed. No matter how much you try, varsity experience game speed is invaluable.
Right.
And that's what these guys have now from last year.
And
majority
the
of them.
knowledge. A couple of things that I want to talk to you about from the scrimmage that I saw that I was very impressed with. Offensively, your line, I was very impressed. TJ had a lot of time back there.
Absolutely.
And I even mentioned this to TJ too. The other thing I like his passing touch looks a lot better this year.
Very catchable ball.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I noticed a couple down in the end zone where he just led the play. He didn't have to zip it. He led them beautifully. And the third thing I noticed on the offense, and we talked to TJ about this too a little bit, was how the receivers coming over seem to be opening up and kind of boxing out the guys and giving TJ a really nice target.
Yeah.
So those I came up with that. Defensively, I really like your front seven.
Yep.
It's really strong, and I noticed a couple plays that no one did anything up the middle. They couldn't do anything up the middle. I saw a couple plays around the end, then I saw you guys speak to the guys a couple times, and that stopped. So really good. I was very, very impressed.
Yeah, this is probably, Coach and I were talking, this is probably a top 5 speed team, defense, 1 through 11 for us this year. So that's and when you have team speed, that's great.
And they were tackling. I know you probably can't practice tackling a lot anymore like we used to in the old days, but they seem to be tackling very well too.
Yeah, that's what we talked about that last year early in the year. There's no simulation for tackling live on Friday nights. You can't do it as much in practice. You scout, you can do it and fit up. You can fit up on rings, but until you're tackling another varsity football player and you do it consistently, that's something that is, you can't replicate. So experience is huge from a tackling perspective.
And it's the balance, I think, that all coaches struggle with a little bit on the tackling and how much do you practice it, how much, there are rules now set in place for how long you can go full contact in a practice, which it didn't change anything for us. We've always erred on the side of keeping our guys fresh, and tackling is a lot of heart and guts and attitude and just the willingness to be aggressive.
Right?
Yeah.
The other thing is gang tackle. We've always stressed run into the football.
That was the other thing. Very fast to the ball.
Yeah,
in,
so that's been at the heart of all of our defenses is, last guy to the balls, last guy to the balls out.
Well, it comes down to a lot of coaching, and like you said, strategy. What do you do now? What do you practice? How's your coaching staff look this year? Who's on your staff? Who's not on your staff?
We are loaded this year, coaches wise, right? No, we got 2 alumni back in the picture. So you got Joe Cassidy, and Timmy Aylward are coming. Yeah, they're coming back to help out with the younger kids, which is awesome. You got Kevin Quinn, the youth coaching legend. Yep. Who's coached a million years at the youth levels.
He
and
knows that group too.
Just
the incoming freshman, which is great.
His kid plays in that group, but he's a coach that the kids love, and he's just been around forever. Knowledgeable, great guy.
He was on the board for youth football for years.
What's he gonna do?
So he's working
his role.
Yeah, so he's working with the freshmen as well.
Okay.
Yep, and I just feel like the more bodies down there, the better. Especially when you get good people too.
Yeah.
And we feel like we got a good crop of coaches there, because you saw the numbers slip a little bit youth-wise. and we're seeing we're feeling a little bit of the effects.
Like all towns.
So it's time to dive into the younger groups a little bit and make sure that every football kid that is out there is playing.
Well, alumni means so. I remember when my freshman experience, having alumni involved with the freshmen just meant the world.
Sure.
Yep.
Bud Frost and Cecil Wright came down, and oh my gosh, they got your attention.
Right.
Those are two guys that had been there and played for the coach, and so all of us kids were like, oh my gosh, these guys are superstars.
They're still legends. You see their name on the Facebook page. You see them comment and that type of stuff. So it's good. Hey, it's like it's not the big red machine for nothing, right? When you played, it was that way, and we're trying to just keep it rolling here.
So who else you got? Who else is on the varsity roles for you?
So varsity-wise, so Coach Athy will do the defense again, obviously, and works with the running backs on offense, and was a big part of our strength and conditioning in the summer. And we all wear a bunch of different hats, as does Coach. We have Coach Perry in a more permanent role this year, so he's back with us. Sort of heading the offensive line with Kevin Lamarck.
Like a run game coordinator.
Yeah, he's kind of overseeing a lot of stuff there, and Kevin's still, those are his guys, but Coach Perry is, he's the boss. He's the boss in charge of the guys up front.
I noticed it.
He can take the backs in protection and all that stuff too. So
he tells me, it's like, no, Coach. Mind your own business. You're on
I want the tight ends during this period. I want the tight ends.
Need to know basis. I'm like, okay.
He's beautiful.
Right.
He really is.
Yeah.
But it's just a great balance between those two.
Yeah.
You get two totally different style coaches. I think you can see it paying dividends with the kids up front. Yeah, because you talk about the line and how you're impressed with some of the guys up front. We got some new faces there, and I think, a lot of it has to do.
Kevin
Oh,
can
you
work with the
lost 3
tackles.
captains
Coach Perry can work with the
on the
inside
line.
guys.
I know. Exactly. 3 captains and 3 good football players, right?
That's
I mean, really good football players. You got
Good leaders.
one playing at RPI, one playing at Bentley, and then you get
He's throwing the discus.
Yeah, you got Bibby throwing the discus, doing unbelievable things there.
So you got 3 college athletes we lost. Yep.
So of course, you're going to certainly miss those kids.
Yeah.
But you got hungry, young, maybe not as big kids waiting in the wings and chomping at the bit for that opportunity. So
that's great.
They
they're
look,
fired up.
I guess you call it technique-wise. They're not really that big, but technique, they seem to. A lot of holes were opening up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's. I had one. I won't mention any names, but one of our linemen was all bummed. We weigh him at the beginning of the year, or at the beginning of the summer, and you could see he was depressed about his weight. And I said, I could care less how much you weigh. That's not about that. It's about your toughness and your technique and your work ethic and all that. Because we have made a living. We have made a living off undersized players.
Speed
Ever since the past 20 years, it's been a bunch of undersized kids, and we've had a few. I mean, it's got to be something in the water or whatever. But we made a living off that.
Yeah.
I'd take tough, undersized kids over somebody that may be recruitable every day of the week.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's
right.
who you win
we've
with.
seen Holliston beat teams like that
Right.
with
That's
much bigger lines.
Football players.
Exactly. So, no, we're excited about this group. It's a like I said, a hard-working group, and they're just taking one practice at a time. They're draining at times.
Yep.
It's a talkative group.
Oh God.
It's a friendly talker, right?
A loose group.
Yep. Oh, they're.
Yeah.
God love them, but they are. But it's all
They're
good.
good
It's
kids.
fun.
Yeah,
It's
a
a
good
fun.
group. Yeah.
It's a fun group. So we're enjoying it, but we're ready to get to work.
Yeah.
We got some iron ahead of us early on.
Boy,
too,
you do open.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just going to ask you about that. Of course, Natick.
Yeah.
Franklin is
Oh,
what
God.
number
Took
3 in the
Springfield
state.
Central to the
Yeah.
state D1 state champ. They took to the wire.
I was going to ask, is Jared, what's his name? Is he back at quarterback?
No.
I know
Oh, he
is
is.
at
So you're right,
Merrimack.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got their
yeah.
baseball. I guess their star baseball player is their quarterback. He was
Yeah.
their starting safety last year. But going to camp with them, and then, doing that. You spend a lot of time with them there. It doesn't seem like they missed.
No.
Yeah.
They've missed
And
a
they have
beat.
numbers.
The
numbers
Yeah.
80 top to bottom varsity. They just get it's a big
Yeah.
town, a lot of
And
numbers. Great
Coach
town.
Bain, doesn't he write books or something?
He's-
Quarterbacking.
yeah.
He wrote a book. Yeah, wrote a book on
Heavy
offense.
offensive.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll see RPOs and a lot of different things
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's
Yeah.
gonna, we're
He
gonna
works at it. They
have
work.
our hands full. Yep.
It's like, they remind me of our staff. Like, just as far as the work ethic, they
Uh-huh.
get after it and they grind, and just like our guys. I love our staff. It's a hard-working group, and you got to treat it that way. It's
So
It's
that's a good start. And then, of course, you go down see my
Foxborough.
friend, Jack
Right. Oh,
Martinelli,
yeah.
down in
Yeah. Oh, my
Foxborough.
God.
Again, we're in the D4
Yeah.
finals, so
So they could be battling with you.
we just want to get through that first
Yeah.
one. Never mind
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah.
That's going to be a battle over there.
you got to go down there and play on Jack Martinelli Field
Yeah.
against
Oh
Jack
my
Martinelli
God.
and his
That'll
group.
be a
Right.
first for you, Tom.
Right?
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, we played them here.
We did play them in the
We
playoffs.
got them. Yeah, we got them in the
14,
playoffs.
2014.
Playing a coach on his field that
Yeah.
he's named for. That's a big
It's a little
deal.
intimidating, right?
Yeah.
He's a legend, though. He's an awesome guy. They're from Holliston.
Yeah.
His son
Yeah.
coached with
He's
me
the-
my
he's the
first couple of
DC.
years
Yep.
before he left. Before he left to go coach with him for his last year of coaching.
Yeah, I
which
remember
was
every
like
year
16,
back. Yeah, right.
16
He
years
was gonna
ago.
retire at 14.
It just goes to show you how hard it is to give it up.
I'm out. Until he has a loaded freshman
They won't
class.
get, yeah,
Then
yeah.
he decides to come
He's
back.
Pretty smart.
It's
yeah.
hard to give it up, obviously,
And
right?
then,
Once it's in your blood.
And then Milton
Oh,
is
yeah.
also a
Yeah.
really
They're
highly
ranked
rated
first
team.
in D3 right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. They zip the ball around,
They
and
get all their skill back.
the quarterback is
Yeah.
very good. He's athletic. He can runs like the wind. He throws the ball very well. So and they got all four
Two,
wideouts
right.
back, 2 of them all stars. But you know what? We're not thinking about them. We got
Right.
we have Franklin.
Yeah.
Franklin on Friday with obviously we've been working at Foxborough as well, the opener. So we'll concentrate on those 2 games and see where that takes us.
So running game and passing game look very strong.
Yeah,
and
I'd say we're I think we're well balanced as we've always been. So nothing should change on that front.
And then defensively we're going to put some pressure. We're going to go.
Yeah, you know us.
We're
We'll
gonna
mix it
blitz
up,
a little
man, zone. We were a 4 front and we were multiple 3 front, and
Yeah.
we do a lot of different things. So, like I said, our kids run into the ball. We're not afraid to play man coverage, I mean, we'll be sound. Yeah, as long as we can. Yeah, we can.
I mean, we're
take care of
really
business.
looking forward to it. I mean, I know what the kids went through last year, and you see, like we talked about earlier, those last 5 games were just sensational.
Yeah, different group.
They did not give up.
Yeah.
They could have hung their heads at any time
Oh,
last year.
it could have gone.
Especially after
Yeah.
the Norwood game,
Yeah.
and they didn't. They
Yeah,
came
big
back out.
bounce. Yeah.
You got to give them a lot of credit actually for that. It was coming off the Ashland overtime loss.
Yes.
It was a recipe
Yeah.
with a young team. It was a recipe for disaster. As much as you try and keep the kids up, and but to come back, I mean, that was the worst loss probably our program has ever seen in 20 years. And to come back the way we did and rattle off 5 straight speaks to their character.
Yeah.
Some big
So,
towns too.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big city. Yeah.
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 Big.
Yeah.
And,
Beat 'em,
good
friends.
teams, their records probably not what they would have hoped, but good team. You look on them on film, it's like,
Yeah.
how is this team not,
Right.
making a run in the
I mean,
playoffs?
Needham
It's like one of those
players.
deals.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
God,
like-
yeah, they
totally.
have multiple
Yeah.
recruitable kids, and,
Yep.
and Framingham took Natick down to the wire on Turkey Day. That was a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that type of experience is great for this crew. And hey, it's not going to be easy. You got Franklin, you got Foxborough, Medway then comes to us, and you got Milton.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and then
Braintree,
and then Braintree comes to us,
Yeah.
big school that returns
And we got
their
league
whole
play.
line, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be
The only
It's
good
gonna
thing we
be a
did for us
battle.
is there's only really one bad away game, Milton. We have to travel.
Right.
The,
That's true.
Yeah,
most,
we
the,
have-
other the other close away games, we like those.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No
we
more-
apologize
no
for that. We weren't thinking HCAT, I guess, when we
guess
planned that one.
When Coach
know?
dropped Old Rochester and picked up Foxborough, it was exclusively for you guys.
Yeah,
There you
we
go.
wanted the shorter ride. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I did.
We're hoping for Nantucket, but I guess we'll
Right.
have to wait to get them some
Yeah.
Some year.
Some year.
This
Some
group
year.
on a ferry, no.
No. Guys, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And really pleased with what you've done here and everything. And the town's always happy with what you guys do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Great job.
Thank you for all you guys do.
Yeah.
You make this.
Yeah, I have my sons down to. They're saying, "Is one of them asked, is Facebook Live? Is it going to
Yeah,
be?
oh, yeah.
We're live
You
tomorrow
guys
night,
are,
right?
yeah.
Franklin.
Yeah, so the alumni love you guys.
We'll
Yeah, I
be
know
as
that.
live as
Wherever
we
they
can
are.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the people aren't at home watching it,
Right,
they
they
got
gotta
to
come
be
here,
down here. We got to
Why
make
would-
sure.
Why
so let's
would you
come on.
trade an experience of being down at
You gotta-
Community
because
of
Field
you
for
guys.
watching on?
It's
The
Absolutely.
announcers. You know, I will
Absolutely.
tell you a quick story. This is true. My granddaughter's, Carlos's daughter, is going to be 10. And that whole group, there's a group of them in the neighborhood, the girls, and they all want to come to the games. Good.
That's excellent.
Even well,
That's
you
awesome.
have these.
Yeah,
girls,
at the
right?
elementary level, yeah.
And they all want to come to the games. I think that's great.
Yeah, we're going to get
Yeah,
the Red
that's
Sea
really good.
back. It's been too long with COVID and all that
Yeah,
stuff, too.
yeah,
They
yeah.
need the energy.
Yeah.
It's got to be
Yeah,
a
we
home
had some
field
good turnouts
advantage.
last year.
Yeah.
I thought I
Yeah.
felt like we, I think there's going to be, I think there'll be a lot of energy again, so hopefully, we can put together a product where they'll keep coming out. That's the key, right?
It's
Right.
win, lose, or draw. It's a great product because it's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Always fun to watch. So
Thank you.
Well, thanks for taking some time out on Media Day here to meet with the media.
Right? Top
Absolutely.
media.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, and we wish you all the best of luck, you and the team.
And
all
I
the
heard
coaches.
you and Tom Brady were neck and neck for that final deal on Fox.
yeah,
Same amount.
I'm glad
Missed it by this much.
Yeah. A little bit of different dollars. Yeah. So thank you. You guys do a great job.
Oh,
Thank you.
well, thank you. We're here with the Holliston High School coaches, Paul Athey and Todd Kiley.
Tom, it was great seeing the kids, seeing the coaches again,
Oh,
and
my
being able to talk
gosh.
some football. It's a year that I think we might see some good things. I don't want to make predictions on TV or anything, but the kids are really excited. I know we saw them in the Ashland in the passing league. They played very well. Some of the scrimmage here they played very well. So, hoping for good things.
Yeah, the energy level of these interviews that we just did, I think highest of any sort of preseason interviews that we've done. Sometimes the coaches don't want to give away anything or on the season, but I think Paul and Todd seem pretty positive about this year,
Yep, I do too.
and they've seen a lot of football in their day,
They
like
have.
we have.
They have. Well, before we go, I did want to say a little thank you to a couple people from the past that we're going to be missing this year. One is our number one fan,
Oh gosh.
Tom's mother, Mildred, our number one fan, unfortunately passed away in the summer. And she used to stop by. I'd be out in the yard, and she'd stop by and say, "Oh, you and Tom did this, and you and Tom did that." And she's a wonderful person on top of everything else. And of course, we'd be very remiss if we didn't say a big thank you to Lisa Hedrick, who has been with me for, 18 or 19 years doing this.
Who is enjoying lively in
She's
retirement.
retirement now, and she's doing very well. But, door opens, the door closes, whatever, but we have two new members of our team here,
Yeah.
along with Bruce Guilfoyle, who we want to thank today, is Lindsay Crane, who, she's with us. She's, I guess, the new Lisa, the young Lisa. Is that
Yes.
the deal? And we also have, not the real one, but our own Tom Harmon, who is here.
He's a
helping us
Heisman
today.
Trophy winner in his own right.
He really is. We're really excited about our team coming. Carlos will be back with us to do stats this year. So look for us. Log on to HCAT and get the schedule and everything, and you'll be able to see us on what do you call it? Streaming, whatever you
Right.
people call that. Thanks again to everyone, and we'll see you this year for football.